base is being split into two? We got new news coming out about builderbase 2.0. And I haven't really talked about any of the updates for builderbase because honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but this one is very, very interesting. So just in case you missed it, in the news tab, they're there, so you can go back and read them. But in these posts, game lead Stuart talks about having fewer and stronger troops, more heroic troops, so to speak. Along with that, they're going to be revamping the way attacking and defending works. You'll actually be gaining gold on attacks and actually gaining elixir on defenses, and then you'll actually be able to earn auto as a second builder permanently in the builder base, and you'll get a permanent 6th builder in the main village. And in these posts, Stuart's been talking about how like early on in builder base it's really fun and you can be like tactical and strategical and take down bases, but later on, like at builder hall 9 here, it gets a lot tougher. I mean, you see a lot of like spamming and going in and trying to get like 60% to win a battle, and it's just not as fun. But let's go ahead and let's talk about this 2 base thing that I mentioned in the beginning, and also Builder Hall 10 is confirmed. So Stuart says from Builder Halls 1 through 5, things are going to pretty much stay the same. From Builder Hall 6 and beyond, we're going to add more depth, Stuart says. You'll have a second buildable area, and it'll have its own key building known as Otto's Outpost. And your buildings will be split across the 2 stages. So essentially, we're going to go from this big old map into 2 maps where you can swipe back and forth, and the master builder and auto can work on upgrades in either section. What's really interesting is like buildings like the clock tower are only going to be able to be placed in a certain stage, or even buildings where there's multiple of them, you'll only be able to put so many in one stage and then the rest have to go into the other. So this is going to change base building for Builder Hall really, really huge. Like this is a crazy change, guys. But it does make it so you could change things up and make your opponent think about it a little bit more. Maybe you build for ground in the first base and then air in the second one to defend, so you can really mess with your opponent. And that's where the attacking comes in. So when you match your opponent's base, you only get to see the first stage. You don't get to see them both. You only get to pick the first stage, and you have to pick an army and plan around beating this first stage. And that's where some of that strategy comes in. You want to have your opponent baited for maybe air or ground or whatnot, because if they do get a 3-star, then they have to face your second stage. So as an attacker, if you 3-star the first base, you go on to face the second base, and all the troops that survive the first base will actually be returned to your deployment bar and regain some health. So as you saw here at the beginning of this attack, the attacker switched out from all baby dragons to adding some cannon carts, some super P.E.K.K.A.s, some boxer giants, and some super barbs in there. And notice the cannon carts ability here. This isn't something we've seen on my channel. This has been available, but we haven't seen it on my channel. This is where each troop is going to have redeployable skills, and look at the art on the battle machine. It looks so good here. So he's going to take on this first base here and try to 3-star it. And if he's able to 3-star it, he'll be able to take on the second base. And it's really, really big there. Now, just to note, this is all still in development, so there are like placeholders and stuff in there. Not everything's 100% complete as we work through here, but I did want to get you guys this footage and let you see how this is looking. Notice that Tesla pops up top, but everything's looking good. Getting through here, and this is a big thing. You want to try to get through and get that 3-star so you can see your opponent's second base. So after he gets the 3-star 100% here, he can go on and face his opponent's second base with these troops that survive. They'll go back into the deployment bar. So you see right here, as this Tesla goes down, that's going to be the 3-star. That's the last building. You'll notice these troops are going to get yoinked out of there. They're going to go back in to the deployment bar for the second battle here. Now keep an eye on the troop bar there. There are a couple more troops added to it, 2 more camps as we work through here, and you can change out these new 2 camps. So that's something to keep in mind as you work through here and get into that second village. Man, I am looking forward to this guy. I just want to try this out so much. So he's able to deploy that cannon cart that was staying in there and just work through here. Now he's going to use some of those barbs, and he's going to try to 3-star his opponent's second base here. Oh man, guys, this is going to be very, very excited. Let me know what you guys think of this so far. Do you guys like the 2 base concept? I mean, this is the first time we can actually go above 100% in Clash of Clans. 4-star attacks are now possible in Clash of Clans. Well, I mean, technically, 6-star attacks are now possible in Clash of Clans as we work through here and get towards that second base. Oh man, it's gonna be so cool. I'm looking forward to this. I think this is a major update. This is a make or break update, but I think this has some massive potential here as we move forward. This is gonna be a really big one, but I think there's a lot of potential to be had. So now he's gonna be able to redeploy all those troops that he still had in his troop bar. And remember, like I said, this is still in development, so you know, like, not all the art is 100% yet. They're still working on things behind the scene. This is in the developer post, so they just want to give us a little sneak peek to let you know how things are coming along. But notice the battle machine came back, that P.E.K.K.A came back, the boxer giant came back, and they have a little bit more health than they do from that first raid. And look, got to 150%. He's got 4 stars now, locking onto that Otto's house right there. That's going to be the 5th star. I almost said 2nd star. It's going to be the 5th star, and then finally 200% will be the 6th star. So that's really interesting. But like we talked about earlier, attacking is going to give you gold and defending is going to give you elixir. And for the most part, that's the gist of the blog post there. It's the 3 ideas that they've been discussing. The more heroic attacks, the more balanced and rewarding attacking and defending mechanics, and then staying small with the 2 bases and going deeper with the 200% potential there. And the note says these are just the major ideas. There's a bajillion things, that's a quote from Stuart, a bajillion things going on, including Builder Hall 10, which I mentioned earlier. So yeah, they are working on brand new Builder Hall content, so I'm really excited for that. So my thing is it going to improve Builder Base? And by improve, I mean, is it going to make players like you and me want to play it more? Because right now, like, Builder Base, it's tough, man. Like, honestly, like, I play Builder Base and I hope that I can get to like 56%. That's my goal. I've been even messing around with like an older army, just trying to, you know, see if I can make some things happen here. I mean, I'm working around with barbs and cannon carts and the Builder Base. I will say, like, my initial reaction here is there are a lot of really cool mechanics that are going to be introduced in the Builder Base 2.0 update, which I'm really looking forward to. But I think this is a really massive update, and I hope it's well received. But you know, it's interesting. You know, it's a game mode that's not really high on a lot of people's lists, but at the same time, like, when it first came out, man, it had so much potential. I don't know, I remember the days when Builder Base first came out. People were pumped. People were playing Builder Base non-stop and having a blast with it. You can meme it all you want. You can say you only play it for clan games. But when Builder Base first came out, people were playing it and people were loving playing Builder Base. So I'm hoping we can return to some of that glory. I'm really excited for some of these concepts, especially like the troops having like redeployable abilities. The base building thing is really weird to me, like attacking for gold, defending for elixir. That's really weird to me, but I do like the idea of getting a permanent 2nd builder with auto and then getting a permanent 6th builder for the home village. I think that's a much necessary change. I like that one up. And then like today's little post with the 2 villages, it's a really interesting concept. 200% total can be gained, and we can go for 6 stars out here. Oh, am I going for my 56? Give me my 56, Daddy. Oh, we got 54. But I think it's really cool. I'm pretty excited for this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty excited to see what happens here. We get the victory. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. We'll get more videos out about the Builder Base as soon as we learn more info. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.